What is up, Stranger Things fans? We got some things to talk about. Some of the things we're going to jump in here today is a new look at Gaten Matarazzo and Joe Keery, aka Dustin and Steve. We're going to talk about these new couple leaked set photos that were dropped the other day. We also got a rumored scene with a bunch of characters filming at Enzo's, the iconic Enzo's, which we've never really made it to. And we also got to talk about how this season might be different for one of our main characters, how he ain't going to be the same level of a guy because he's dealing with some grief. We're going to talk about all that, but let me know from you guys, Stranger Things fans, down below in the comments, what do you make of everything we discussed here today? And as always, at the end of these videos, we will have a bunch of theories surrounding certain characters and what we can expect coming into Season 5. Because we are so close. Let me know your guys' thoughts, opinions down below in the comments. The like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Let's hop into a couple of these set photos. So the other day, a couple set photos were leaked of Dustin and Steve, and this to me doesn't really look like they're actually filming during this time. This looks like behind the scene photos of them laughing, being together, hugging, just being friends like I think they actually are in real life. This here to me doesn't scream that this is actual scene just because of, I guess, what they're wearing. Joe Keery looks like that might be something Steve wears, but also the sunglasses and how just kind of relaxed it is. A couple of the extras in the background. This just looks like two friends catching up behind the scenes, but this is obviously showing too that they might be filming together, and this might actually be a scene. I'm leaning towards this more just being a behind the scenes photo, but nonetheless, so cool to see Dustin and Steve, Gaten and Joe just hanging out, shooting the shit as friends do. I mean, that's pretty freaking cool. Moving on to this rumor speculating around that a bunch of characters will be meeting at Enzo's filming this emotional, awesome scene. This all comes from the Stranger Things spoilers page where they have pretty much all the insights regarding Stranger Things, where they said during the 49th week of filming, we're hearing that multiple cast members were filming in a restaurant set shooting an Enzo scene. This scene reportedly involves Hopper, Joyce, and various extras. Hopper and Joyce finally getting the date that we also wanted them to get. That'd be pretty cool. And if this is the 49th week, are they filming it backwards all around? Is this going to take place in the beginning of the season? Or are we ending the season on a high note and we finally get to see Hopper and Joyce just have that whole, like, time together, though? They just always wanted to be together, and this might be a time where they actually end up being together, being able to go on that date. This is just really cool because the date of Enzo's has kind of been surrounding the entire Stranger Things with the Jopper relationship. So to be able to see them finally get that date at the end of the show or beginning, wherever it's going to take place, no matter what, I'm excited to see these two just eating at Enzo's. And what kind of foods Enzo's going to serve? I mean, is it Italian? I hope it's Italian. And finally, we got to talk about some comments that Gaten Matarazzo said about his character Dustin, how he will be dealing with grief in Stranger Things Season 5. Obviously, one of his best friends in Season 4, Eddie Munson, does not make it out alive. Is this here to deter us that Eddie Munson isn't coming back, or will he be coming back? But this is what he had to say about it. He said, he's still the guy we know and love, but there is a context of trauma and the weight of loss that seems to carry on him with throughout the early part of the season. Hopefully that's something people enjoy seeing, watching him grow through that arc and start to deal with such an intense grief at a young age. I want to take it back just a couple notches here where he says that grief will carry on throughout the early part of the season. Will that grief go away because Eddie Munson returns? Well, maybe. That would be pretty freaking cool if Eddie Munson does return, which I'm really starting to think he's going to at least have some kind of cameo in this season. But this is a different aspect for our character of Dustin, the guy we know and love, who's always making jokes, always there to have fun. He's going to be dealing with that grief in the early part. And I think we're really going to see the acting chops that Gaten Matarazzo actually presents and he actually has inside of him, because this dude's a fantastic actor and he is always the funny guy. So be able to him take a seat back from the funny guy, dealing with all the grief, dealing with all the emotions, that would be a lot interesting to see. I think it's going to go away because Eddie Munson will return in some way, shape, or form. Maybe as Gus, who really knows. But nonetheless, just to be able to see a different rage from Gaten, that's got me excited. And as always, this leads us right into our theories. And my theory is going to be around the whole Gaten Matarazzo comments about how the early part he's dealing with a grief and then it goes away. So my theories are kind of revolve around this. Number one, that Eddie Munson's going to return. So let's talk about that for a second, because he clearly says through the early part of the season. So the first 2-3 episodes, is he dealing with that grief? Then one of those episodes, we get Eddie Munson returning from the Upside Down. 11 bringing him back, him showing up some way, shape, or form. If we got that, that would be the ultimate hoorah moment. It would just be such a sigh of relief for our character of Dustin as well. So that would be absolutely pretty freaking cool. My second theory revolves around that comment as well, that how the grief goes away after the first couple of episodes. He's dealing with it a lot in those early couple episodes. That the we're upside down's coming upside right again, where he can't really feel the grief. Someone's going to say, Eddie wouldn't want you to do this. Let's go play the guitar on the upside down. Something to that effect. Obviously not that exact. But I think no matter what, either Eddie comes back or he doesn't, something's going to be used of Eddie in Dustin to bring him back and get him back on his feet, get back to that knowable, lovable kid that we love so much. And that's where my theories revolve around, that Dustin's going to have that turnaround around the episode 3 mark, not dealing with grief, because Eddie Munson is returning, or he will be somehow finding in tune his younger inner Eddie Munson. If that makes any sense? Let me know what you guys make of those just kind of out there theories. Let me just talk about it all down below. What do you guys make of everything we discussed here today? Thank you guys for watching and for being here. Cannot wait for Stranger Things Season 5. 2025 is going to be insane for TV shows and movies and everything and Stranger Things. Woo-wee! Cannot wait for it. Hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Thank you guys for watching and for being here. I'll see you in the next one.